Imagine living inside a narrow ditch filled with thick mud, freezing rain, and the constant fear of death. Every strange sound could signal an enemy attack, and every sunrise might be your last. For millions of soldiers during the First World War, this wasn't imagination. It was everyday life. As the war quickly reached a deadly stalemate in 1914, both sides began digging deep defensive trenches across northern France and Belgium. What started as temporary shelters soon became massive networks stretching for hundreds of kilometers. These trenches protected soldiers from bullets and powerful artillery, but they also trapped them in one of the harshest environments ever experienced in modern warfare. Life inside a trench was a battle of its own. Heavy rain often flooded the narrow passageways, turning the ground into thick, sticky mud. Soldiers spent days standing in cold water, making even the shortest walk exhausting. Every step felt like a struggle against the earth itself. The wet conditions led to a painful illness known as trench foot. Constant exposure to moisture caused feet to swell, become numb, and develop severe infections. Without proper treatment, some soldiers lost their toes, or even entire feet. Medical teams did everything they could, but supplies were limited, and the weather never seemed to improve. The trenches were also home to countless rats. They fed on leftover food, garbage, and anything else they could find. Their numbers grew so quickly that soldiers often woke during the night to find rats running across their blankets and equipment. Alongside the rats came lice, spreading through dirty uniforms and causing relentless itching, discomfort, and disease. Clean water was scarce, making proper hygiene almost impossible. But disease wasn't the only threat. Above the trenches, enemy artillery fired day and night. Massive shells exploded without warning, shaking the ground and collapsing trench walls. Soldiers could be buried alive beneath tons of mud and timber in an instant. Even during moments of silence, danger was never far away. Snipers watched carefully from the opposite side. Raising your head just a few inches above the trench could be enough to draw a fatal shot. Every movement had to be calculated. Every decision could mean the difference between life and death. Then came one of the war's most terrifying weapons, poison gas. Thick clouds drifted silently across the battlefield, forcing soldiers to react immediately. Gas masks became essential. Even a few seconds of hesitation could have deadly consequences. Despite all these dangers, the most feared moment often came when soldiers were ordered to leave the safety of the trench. Ahead of them lay no man's land, a devastated stretch of ground filled with shell craters, tangled barbed wire, and almost no protection. Crossing it meant facing machine gun fire, artillery, and countless hidden dangers. Many attacks ended before soldiers even reached the enemy trenches. Months turned into years, and the endless cycle of fear, exhaustion, and uncertainty left deep psychological scars. Today, historians recognize that many soldiers suffered severe emotional trauma after enduring such relentless conditions. The trenches became more than defensive positions. They became places where hope was constantly tested. For years, neither side could break through the other's defenses. The battlefield remained locked in a deadly stalemate, costing millions of lives while gaining very little ground. Eventually, new technologies such as tanks, improved artillery tactics, and better coordination helped armies overcome the limitations of trench warfare and changed the course of the war. When the First World War finally came to an end, the trenches were left behind as silent reminders of one of history's greatest tragedies. They were more than lines carved into the earth. They were places where ordinary people endured extraordinary hardship, battling not only the enemy, but also mud, disease, fear, hunger, and exhaustion. Understanding trench warfare reminds us that history is more than battles and victories. It is the story of real people who faced unimaginable challenges and whose sacrifices continue to shape the world we live in today. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more fascinating stories from history.